Most people spend more time planning their next vacation than planning their life. They'll compare destinations, study hotel reviews, argue about dates, and calculate every expense. But when it comes to their future, they leave it to chance. They'll spend hours deciding where to eat dinner, but they won't spend 10 uninterrupted minutes deciding who they want to become. And this is not because they're lazy. It's because no one taught them that life requires design. Most people drift. They react to circumstances. They respond to pressure. They adjust to whatever shows up, but they never take control. And when you don't design your life, someone else's priorities quietly take over. Other people's expectations, other people's emergencies, other people's definitions of success. You're here because something inside you already knows this. You already understand that life doesn't respond to wishing. It doesn't respond to wanting. Life responds to clarity. Life responds to discipline. Life responds to design. Let me share something personal. When I was young, I was struggling, not just financially, but mentally. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know what I was building. I was busy, but I wasn't progressing. And that's when my mentor told me something that changed how I saw success forever. He said, success is not something you pursue. Success is something you attract by the person you become. That sentence stayed with me because it meant success wasn't outside of me. It wasn't luck. It wasn't timing. It was identity. Today, we are not talking about motivation. Motivation fades. We are talking about architecture. We are going to design the next 12 months of your life because real change doesn't begin with emotion. It begins with structure. Most people don't fail because they don't want success badly enough. They fail because they don't have a system. They want better results, but they repeat the same routines. They hope things improve, but they don't change how they operate. Hope without structure always turns into frustration. A one-year plan is powerful for a specific reason. It's long enough to build momentum and produce real results, but short enough to stay focused. 12 months, 52 weeks, 365 days. That's not pressure. That's opportunity. That's a clean canvas. There are 7 areas your one-year plan must address. Ignore even one, and the others eventually suffer. First, personal development. Everything in your life improves when you improve, and nothing improves if you don't. Your income, your confidence, your thinking, your relationships, your health, all of it reflects who you are becoming. I remember a time when I was earning very little, constantly stressed, always behind. But when I started investing in myself consistently, things began to change. Not overnight, not magically, but permanently. Your plan must include deliberate learning. 1 book per month, 12 books a year. That alone separates disciplined people from average ones. Learning compounds quietly. Invest in education even when it feels inconvenient. Ignorance costs far more than growth ever will. And find mentors, people who have already walked the road you want to travel. Second, financial growth. Money is not just currency. It is a reflection of discipline. Your plan must include specific financial targets, not vague hopes, clear numbers. Build multiple income streams so your future isn't fragile. Create a saving strategy because without surplus, there is no freedom. Start with whatever percentage you can, but start intentionally. And define how you will invest. Money must be deployed with purpose, not just stored. Third, health and vitality. Many people sacrifice their health chasing success, then sacrifice success trying to regain their health. This is unnecessary. Your body is the foundation of everything you want to build. Plan your nutrition. Decide what you will eat more of and what you will remove. Plan your movement. Decide when and how you will train your body. And plan recovery. Sleep is not optional. Rest is not weakness. Health is leverage. Fourth, relationships. Relationships quietly shape your future more than talent ever will. You become the average of the people you spend the most time with. Strengthen relationships that challenge your thinking and raise your standards. Limit exposure to people who drain your energy and normalize mediocrity. And intentionally build new connections aligned with where you're going, not where you've been. Fifth, career development. Your job pays your bills. Your career builds your life. Identify skills that will make you valuable in the future, not just useful today. Deepen your industry knowledge until you are respected, not replaceable. And expand your network deliberately. Opportunity rarely comes from resumes. It comes through people who trust your value. Sixth, spiritual growth. This governs how you think under pressure, how you respond to setbacks, and how you lead yourself. Schedule time for reflection. Quiet thinking sharpens judgment. Study ideas that strengthen your inner foundation. Stay connected to people and principles that keep you grounded. When your inner world is stable, your outer world becomes manageable. Seventh, contribution. Success without contribution feels empty. The size of your success will always be connected to the value you create for others. Decide who you want to help. Decide how you will serve. Decide what kind of impact you want to leave behind. Contribution gives success meaning. Now understand this clearly. Writing a plan is not enough. Implementation is where lives actually change. You need a system. Every morning, review your one-year plan. This anchors your decisions before the world starts pulling at you. Every week, plan specific actions that move you forward. Every month, evaluate honestly. What worked? What didn't? What needs adjustment? Every quarter, review strategically and correct course if needed. And most importantly, build accountability. Someone who will tell you the truth when comfort starts negotiating with your goals. Successful people do not rely on motivation. Motivation is unreliable. They rely on rhythm, planning, reviewing, refining. Success is not a personality trait. It is a practice system. This one-year plan is not just about achievements. It is about identity. Discipline builds confidence. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Structure creates freedom. When you know what you're building, distractions lose their power. You will face resistance, inconsistency, distraction, doubt. These are not signs of failure. They're signals of growth. Design your environment to support your future. Remove friction from good habits. Add friction to bad ones. Protect one focused hour every day for what matters most. Understand this as well. Success moves in seasons. There's planting where effort feels invisible. There's cultivating where patience is tested. There is growing where momentum builds. And there is harvesting where results finally appear. Do not quit during the planting season. You're not behind. You're building. Success is designed. It is processed. It compounds. And it leaves a legacy. The next 12 months will pass whether you plan or not. Time does not pause. Days will turn into weeks. Weeks into months. Months into a year. The only question is whether you will drift or direct. Spend time or invest it. Life responds to design. You don't get what you want. You get what you design. This is Inspivox, and you're watching Inspivox Studio. Fuel your mind. Build your future.